Alright, I'm back at the park. I had laid down earlier and recorded a video, but I was practically whispering because I didn't want people around me to hear my innermost thoughts, which I guess is funny because here I am recording a YouTube video. Presumably at some point someone will hear my innermost thoughts. But to have them heard out of context and just in passing, I don't know about that. It's not really how I'd want to share it. I want to share it to someone or someone's, the people who it would resonate with the most. So I'm re-recording, and also I wasn't quite happy with the things I said in that video because I'm still working on my focus, right? And in this video, I feel like I focused a lot on things I don't want. Things that I guess are creating contrast and showing me that what I do want. But at the moment, I will just say that my home life is not really the way I would like it. However, I'm really focused on money right now and all the abundance that's available to me. And so most of my energy is going towards there. And because of that, I just have to, right now, just neglect a few other things. Because I want to concentrate on what's most important to me right now. Or what's most important to me right now is abundance. Creating abundance, receiving abundance, doing things that are in alignment with my path, doing things that I am meant to be doing, and not just doing things that other people think I should be doing. And I've always been that kind of person. And what's interesting is I didn't have a good relationship with my father, and he passed away in 2017. And since then, I've gone through a lot of stages. I let go of my anger, and I mostly don't really think about him at all. Like, I never blamed him for anything or really thought about him much. But lately, I've been thinking about how he actually was quite supportive of me. And I feel like he actually quite believed in me. And I'm noticing that contrast more easily because it feels like my other parent doesn't feel that way. And my other parent is not a dreamer, I'll say that. She doesn't really have interests or hobbies or passions or anything like that. She kind of is one of those people that says, life's just hard and struggle, and you just work a job you hate, and that's just that. And my father was a dreamer. He wasn't able to actually follow through, I would say. Like, he wasn't able to follow through with the ideas, right? Now, I can't tell you if he tried or if he didn't try or whatever, but he never followed through. He got in his own way a lot, just as I have. But he has said a few things to me that now, something's in my eyelashes, that now have started to come back up. And some of the things, such as, him really believing that I was going to be a superstar. or that I should never give up. And then he told me this one story about how Howard Stern, I guess he watched some kind of documentary or something, and how everyone told Howard Stern no. And he would just go to different places trying to pitch his idea, his radio idea, and they would just say, no, you're crazy, no. And just send him out of there. And then eventually, he just crawled into someone's window or something like that. I don't remember the story exactly. But it was something like that. Like he crawled into someone's window. And, the rest is history, essentially. And he told me that story to tell me to never stop. To always keep going. So, I've definitely grown a lot, And it's easy when you're apart from that person. It's a lot easier to forgive. It's a lot easier to see their good qualities. And right now it's something I have to work on with my other parent because we're just in such close proximity of each other, and no matter how much I sit and I revise, no matter how much I try to ignore the interaction, even if I stay calm during a confrontation, it still doesn't quite pan out. But anyway, I've started to write again. I used to love writing. I actually have a lot of my creative writing from my teenage years saved. And I have this one project that I did in 9th grade. And it was like a magazine project. And basically, you had to create your own magazine and write your own article. And in the article, I interviewed myself. And wrote it from the perspective of the interviewer, of course. And it was filled with dreams. It was filled with dreams about me being this like music agent and flying all over the world and just doing really cool creative stuff. And just being this eccentric character that I am. And I started to write again. Just nothing crazy. Just any idea, anything that I'm willing into the universe. I've just been writing it down day by day. It's, I think, 3rd or 4th day now. And I read it over every morning. And it's about 2 pages long now. About to hit 3 pages. Maybe it's even hit 3 pages. Who knows? And it's every single idea, specific thing I would like to accomplish, specific thing that I know I can accomplish and will accomplish. In fact, I just thought of another thing I want to add to my list. I love Saturday Night Live. I have since I was a teenager. And one of the things I want to add to my list is that I'm going to be on Saturday Night Live. I don't know how, where, or what. As long as I get to be in that studio with those people and experience that show just for one day, I'm good. Even if I'm just an extra or an audience member, I want to be there. Anyway, I'm going to add that to my list today. I already added a couple things this morning. And I'm writing it in great detail. And I'm not really writing the how. I'm just writing the final result. I'm writing everything as it's already done. So that's one of the things I started doing. The other thing, butterfly. The other thing that I've started doing, besides writing and reading, is looking for inspired actions. And I did dye my hair. I got tired of bleaching it. It gets annoying because it grows out quite... It doesn't... My hair... That's another thing. I want my hair to grow fast. So let's say from now on my hair grows fast. But when it grows out, I have to bleach it. because it drives me crazy seeing it growing out and it's not even. I'm a perfectionist in that way, where I just like to see things looking as perfect as I can get it. And, well, I can control how perfect my hair bleaching is, so I do so. But then I end up bleaching it every couple weeks and it burns my scalp and it irritates me. It's not a good feeling. So right now, I went dark because when my hair grows out, you can't notice the difference as much. And so, all this to say, that was one of the inspired actions I took. Another one was coming to the park again today. Another one I took was this morning. I got on LinkedIn and I started adding casting directors because I'm getting back into modeling, but I don't have connections and I don't really know how to go about it because I don't want to reconnect with the people I once knew, because that was the old me and I don't resonate with those people anymore, and that's okay. And, I can sit around waiting around for someone to discover me off the street and all kinds of things, right? Or to reach out to me out of the blue. But I'd like to do this thing called putting my feelers out there. And basically that just means I just put out the energy, right? I put my feelers out there. I put out the energy that I'm looking for a modeling job. And then the universe picks that up, and either through LinkedIn or some other unknown way, someone is reaching out and asking me to do some modeling. I also want to say I'm very self-conscious about my about my nubs. Not because I feel like people perceive it to be ugly, my nails, but because I feel most myself when I'm expressing myself. And when I do my own nails and I put them on, that's a part of me. It's a part of my self-expression. And when I don't have it on, it just feels like I'm missing a little something. But it's okay. Sometimes you just need to go all natural and let your little nubs heal. So, yeah, I did that this morning. I didn't spend too long on it, maybe 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes max, just looking up casting agencies, adding them on LinkedIn. I signed on for their premium thing. I don't know if that's going to help, but why not? It's free. It's a month free. Supposedly it makes your page easily discoverable, and I verified my account. And I put my feelers out there because inspired action is a part of manifesting. You can sit at home for a week waiting for your manifestation to happen, waiting for some random person to walk up to your door and offer you some money for some modeling job you haven't done yet. Or you can put out the energy, put out your tentacles in different directions, and then maybe one of the tentacles you put out, or some other unknown way, it comes back to you. And I feel good about it. It felt good. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel desperate. It didn't feel like I was trying too hard. And it kind of took me back to my 20s when Instagram was kind of new, back in 2014. And I used to just go through looking for photographers. And I would make lists and I would just reach out. And that's how I got started, So in a way, I'm kind of repeating the steps, but slightly differently. I'm using LinkedIn. I'm reaching out to casting directors. And I'm just putting my feelers out into the universe, ready to receive. park is getting a little crowded to my liking. So even though I've only been here for a little bit, I might head home soon. I just like being outside right now. It's been really hot outside, and I like sitting on the grass, and I like being away from home right now. It just helps a lot. Yesterday I was reading, and my mom came home, and I just immediately went outside and just sat on some steps and continued reading. It's a lot easier to kind of refocus the mind that way. Because again, when you're in it, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not even saying it's hard. I'm just saying my preferred way is to distance myself from the thing and work on it that way. I think I'm going to go sit down a little, watch some YouTube. I was going to go to the grocery store actually also. Buy some treats. Accidentally poisoned myself yesterday. This is a side tangent and so not related to any of this, but shit. Who cares, right? I accidentally poisoned myself yesterday. I don't know if it's like a pork allergy, but I've noticed multiple times now that I'll have like too much bacon or too much pork, and I'll feel violently nauseous. And last night I had a pork chop, I had 2 sausages, and I had some pork tamales. Now, I didn't have it all at once, but I did have the sausages right before bed, and I just couldn't stay awake anymore. My eyes just wanted to close, and I went to sleep after eating these 2 sausages. And boy, oh boy, I woke up a few hours later, shaking, sweating, feeling like I'm gonna vomit. Just absolutely feeling the worst, actually. And I stood above my sink. And normally in the past I would have smoked some weed, but I don't have weed at home anymore. I don't keep it at home. I don't even have money for weed. I mean, I could buy some weed right now, but then I wouldn't be able to do my laundry. So I need to hold on to that. So I'm just standing above my sink, and I'm just holding my head, and I'm sweating, I'm shaking, and I'm just focusing, telling myself, it's going away, it's going away, it's going away, it's going away. I'm just focusing. And finally, eventually, it went away. Now, that wasn't the end of that, but it was end of the worst bits of it, at least. I still ended up waking up a couple times, a few more times, but the violently shaking and all that stuff, that stopped. And I was quite proud of myself that I was able to just power through it for a few minutes, and then it went away. So, there's a bee over here. Please go away. Thank you. So, yeah, that's how my night went. Felt crazy. Felt kind of low energy this morning. Definitely was hard to like recalibrate my body and my brain just because I spent all night feeling ill. And I'm going to sit back down for a little bit and just chill out.